Hello guys, welcome back to the Brutal Investor channel. I hope you guys are having a fantastic day today. In this episode, we're going to talk about another Binance listing that Binance announced today, and that is for the project called Conflux Network or CFX. So the announcement reads as follows, right? Binance will list Conflux Network CFX and open trading for CFX BTC, CFX BUSD, and CFX USDT trading pairs. Users can now start depositing CFX in preparation for trading, right? So please note that we will only accept deposits and withdrawals for BEP20 CFX tokens issued on the Binance Smart Chain. Again, this is a very important announcement because if you guys have CFX from any other blockchain network, let's say for example Ethereum, you may not be able to deposit your ERC20 based Conflux network tokens or CFX tokens onto Binance. Binance only accepts deposits and withdrawals of BEP20, which is the Binance Smart Chain version of the CFX token, right? To convert from mainnet CFX tokens to BEP20 CFX tokens, please use the token bridge available here. So again, conveniently, Binance has provided links to their bridge where you can basically convert your native CFX token, which basically belongs on the CFX network itself, into BEP20 versions of the CFX tokens using this bridge, right? Important, do not use your Binance deposit address as a destination address when swapping tokens to BSC. Again, this is something that you guys definitely need to bear in mind when you are using the bridge. So when you usually use a bridge, you have a source address and a destination address, right? So source is basically going to be the wallet which will be connecting to, and in this case it's going to be CFX native wallet, right? That will be the source, and the destination could be any other location where you wanna whichever network you wanna convert the tokens to, right? In this case, Binance is stressing the fact that if you have your destination address as the Binance deposit address, it may not work and you may end up losing your funds. So please bear that in mind. Instead, what they are suggesting is please ensure that you use a personal BSC address to receive the tokens first and then send to your Binance deposit address. So there's one extra step that you need to probably bear. That is basically when you have CFX tokens from the CFX network itself, you are going to input it in the bridge, and then as the output you need to select the Binance Smart Chain wallet, which could be from MetaMask or from your Binance Chain wallet, right? You need to first use that as the destination, and once you receive your BEP20 versions of CFX tokens on your Binance Smart Chain wallet, then you can withdraw it from Binance Smart Chain to the Binance exchange itself, right? Again, if you don't really understand what I was trying to say, I suggest you guys to read this announcement because it's very important. If you miss a single step or if you kind of do something wrong, you may potentially end up losing your funds, and that's not going to be something that you might want to you might want to experience, right? So please bear that in mind. So now let's talk about what Conflux Network actually is. So Conflux Network is a scalable and decentralized blockchain network which aims to have high throughput and fast confirmation. So again, just like many other Ethereum competitors, Conflux Network is a separate blockchain which has its own kind of like way of consensus and all that. So it's basically a fast and high throughput blockchain that aims to be a scalable network as well, right? The Conflux network consensus algorithm operates with a special directed acyclic graph or DAG structure called tree graph. So there are multiple consensus mechanisms. Some of the most popular ones are basically proof of work, proof of stake, and so on and so forth. So Conflux network uses a consensus mechanism which basically operates with a special directed acyclic graph or DAG, and this structure, one of the many structures of the DAG structure is basically tree graph, right? So Conflux network basically uses tree graph as its main consensus model, Unlike Ethereum, which only accepts transactions on a single chain into its ledger, TreeGraph incorporates and processes transactions in all concurrent blocks. Again, this is one of the key differences between the Ethereum network and the CFX or Conflux network, right? Basically, Ethereum only accepts transactions in a single chain into its ledger. Again, that's pretty obvious because of its very slow, and since Ethereum is one of the oldest blockchains, it is very slow and it has this outdated blockchain that kind of only runs as a single chain into its ledger. But unlike Ethereum, Conflux network basically uses tree graph consensus in order to process transactions that happen in concurrent blocks, which is going to be much more scalable in this case. CFX is Conflux Network's native utility token and is used for network consensus, ecosystem incentivization, governance, and staking. Again, CFX is basically the native token of Conflux Network, and it basically is it has multiple use cases, which includes you can use it for network consensus, you can use it as a means for incentivizing users who use the CFX network. It can be used as a governance token, and you can stake CFX tokens as well, right? Please ensure that you undertake sufficient risk assessment when trading newly listed tokens, as they are often subject to high price volatility. Again, something that you guys should already know, right? Again, a pretty cool peripheral introduction for CFX and Conflux network. Now let's go to the Binance research page to dive a little bit more deeper into what Conflux network is and how its token kind of works within the ecosystem, right? So the main highlight statement for Conflux network is basically a public blockchain network powered by TreeGraph. Again, they want to stress the fact that they use a very unique consensus mechanism called TreeGraph, and that becomes their highlight statement, right? So let's look at what Conflux Network is. Conflux Network is a scalable and decentralized blockchain network that aims to have high throughput and fast confirmation. Again, something that we already know. It operates a consensus protocol, GAST or GHAST, which processes concurrent blocks without discarding any as forks, and adaptively assigns heterogeneous weights to blocks based on their topologies in the ledger structure named TreeGraph. Again, if this sentence is complex for you guys to understand, what you need to basically understand is it uses a very different consensus mechanism as opposed to proof of work or proof of stake, and it uses this consensus mechanism to kind of scale more rapidly, and the consensus mechanism that they use is called TreeGraph, right? That's all you need to know from that particular sentence. CFX is the native utility token of the Conflux network and has the following use cases. So again, basically they're going to cover a little bit more in depth into what the main utility for CFX tokens is within the Conflux network's ecosystem. Network consensus, miners will receive block rewards for each block that they create, and transaction fees for the code execution. Again, something which is basically existed since Bitcoin's time, which is basically like whenever you mine, you are rewarded with tokens, and you are also awarded a bit of a fee for for securing the network, right? Basically, that's the same principle for this token as well. Ecosystem incentivization, to incentivize users for meaningful and value generating economic activity. So again, in order to encourage people to participate in their ecosystem, the protocol kind of awards CFX tokens to people who are actively participating in this ecosystem in order to generate value, right? So that's one of the main other focus of using CFX token. Governance, CFX holders can vote on network governance decisions. Again, just like any other project or blockchain that has governance tokens, this project also has its own governance token, which also happens to be the CFX token, and you can basically participate in the network's development, right? Staking. The network will distribute rewards on all staked tokens at a fixed rate of 4%. Again, in the world of variable staking rewards or staking rewards that are inconsistent and can decrease as more and more participation from retail investors or institutions come into play. CFX network or Conflux network basically offers a very fixed rate of staking reward, which is basically 4%, and that is going to be something which is going to be although pretty low when it comes to several other blockchain staking platforms. It's still something which is fixed, and therefore it's a reliable form of income, right? The rewards will be added to the user's holdings at the time when the user unstakes his or her token. So basically, the problem is if you stake your tokens, you are not really going to be able to receive the staking reward directly, which you can withdraw. Instead, you can only access your staking rewards after you have unstaked the token. So if you plan to stake a few tokens for, let's say, a year or something, you will only realize your staking rewards once you unstake your tokens after a year's time, right? So that's something that you guys need to be aware of. Conflux network organizes the blocks in the ledger as the tree graph structure, which tracks the happens before relationship amongst blocks. Again, another technical sentence here. Basically what they're trying to say is that they're basically trying to describe the architecture of how the Conflux network works. It basically organizes the blocks in the ledger in the form of a tree graph structure. Okay, again, a very different and unique structure compared to Ethereum and several other blockchains, which basically tracks the happens before relationship among blocks, right? Based on this ledger, Conflux allows all the nodes in the network to produce a consistent total order of blocks. So basically, it uses these core architectural functions in order to produce consistent total order of blocks, right? That's basically what you need to know. This total order is derived from a pivot chain in the ledger, which is selected by applying the heaviest subtree rule in order to avoid double spend attacks. Again, this is all to prevent the network from being attacked in the manner where it's a double spend attack, right? So it's basically to secure the network, and that's why they are using this consensus structure, which they're highly publicizing, right? Conflux network raised $35.68 million from 3 rounds of private token sales. Again, if you see the first private sale, basically 9.35% of the total supply of CFX was basically sold at a rate of 6 cents per token. 0.21% was sold at a rate of 8 cents per token, and 0.99% of the total supply was sold at 10 cents per token. So basically 3 different seed rounds. We will see based on the current price how much people who have gotten in early through the seed rounds have made as of now, right? As of March 29th, which is today, the circulating supply of CFX is basically 695 million tokens, and the total supply at Genesis is 5 billion tokens. Again, when it comes to tokenomics as well as token structure, I kind of expect tokens to be at or below 100 million tokens as max supply. To me, this token seems to be like having extremely high max supply, and the circulating supply is 100, like it's not even 100 million, it's not even 200 or 300 million, it's basically 695 million tokens are in circulation as of the time of making this video. And that means you will kind of see a lot of inflation happening for the short term, and the short term period could probably be extending for long, because many people don't really know about this token yet, and people don't really use this token yet. So when people start using this token and start participating in the ecosystem, more and more tokens will be circulating and added into the market as an incentivization parameter, and therefore that can kind of slump the token price for the near short term to longer short term period, which is basically short term, but it's like several years ahead, right? So you are still going to see that kind of inflation for such high token supplies in the market and the ecosystem, right? So again, that's pretty much the much more detailed overview. If you guys want to do your own research, I suggest you to go to Binance research page and search for Conflux Network or CFX, and then you'll be able to find this article, which will potentially lead you to their website, right? Speaking about their website, if you guys want to do some more in-depth reading on what this project is and how its architecture and how its team members created it, you can go to confluxnetwork.org. That is confluxnetwork.org to learn more about this project, right? So Conflux Network's website looks pretty generic and very simple, and it doesn't really have a lot of graphics, but it basically states scaling decentralized economies across protocols and borders, right? Conflux Network enables the secure and interoperable flow of assets and data to create an internet of value for all. Again, that's some of their main highlights, key features. So basically, it's highly scalable. Future-ready decentralized applications can leverage a high throughput rate of 3000 to 6000 TPS and low transaction fees. Again, 3000 to 6000 transactions per second is incredibly high. And again, this is like a new generation blockchain. So obviously, it's kind of going to be very fast and highly scalable because Ethereum only has about 15 transactions per second or something. So this project is obviously significantly higher transactions per second or high throughputs compared to many generation 2 or generation 3 blockchains, right? So versatile and open network for building new financial applications, digital assets, business applications, and data economies. Again, it's a very highly versatile blockchain which can be used for building several financial and DeFi applications, which is pretty cool. Secure, highly tested proof of work consensus mechanism with increased security and anti-re-entrance attack protection at the protocol level. Basically, they are saying that they have a very high level of proof of work consensus, which is, I believe, their the tree graph based consensus, which is going to be used for securing the network in order to prevent it from being attacked from malicious malicious entities, right? Our partners, we are supported by a global group of strategic partners, including prominent investors, enterprises, governments, universities, mining operators, wallets, exchanges, and decentralized technologies. Again, huge variety of organizations kind of back Conflux Network, and some of them are basically Metastable, F2 Pool, Sequoia, Huobi Capital, Shanghai Treegraph, Tsinghua University, as well as the University of Toronto. Again, some of the most popular not only university and educational institutions, but also some exchanges, good exchanges such as Huobi Capital is also backing this project, right? Built on Conflux. So create innovations that fundamentally drive us towards an equitable and globally inclusive future. Again, they are obviously encouraging developers to come and build on top of their blockchain, accessible tooling, build applications in an EVM compatible environment with Solidity smart contracts and Conflux Truffle. Again, currently any blockchain that aims to create a novel approach must ensure that it adds the EVM compatible component to their blockchain, because EVM basically stands for Ethereum Virtual Machine, that allows for Ethereum based smart contracts that are built on the Solidity programming language. Basically, all of the blockchains basically try to use Solidity as one of their main features and EVM compatible mechanisms in order to bridge projects from Ethereum to different blockchains, and so is this project planning to do as well. Interact with Conflux Network through a similar browser-based wallet and SDK in JavaScript and Go. Again, they're basically talking about their a browser-based extension wallet that is similar to MetaMask, or even I believe probably you can even use MetaMask itself and add Conflux Network as a network, right? Improved capabilities, leverage scalability and low transaction fees through the shuttle flow cross-chain asset protocol. Create new applications using a comprehensive IDE like Conflux Studio for enhanced development experience. Again, they're basically talking about how advanced their capabilities are and unique features. Utilize the transaction sponsorship mechanism for simplifying the user experience, leverage the built-in staking interest to provide a foundation for innovative financial applications, right? Again, they have multiple unique built-in features. For example, you can use the built-in staking feature where by just holding your token in the wallet, you're basically automatically staking it, right? And that's something which more projects need to bring in the future, so that it's kind of like a passive income earner for the investor, right? Ecosystem grants program, again, they're planning to fund the development of their ecosystem by funding projects that aim to build on top of them, right? Develop tools, infrastructure components, and dApps to drive user adoption, liquidity, and composability on Conflux network, supported with over 2.4 billion CFX in rewards. Again, people who aim to build on top of the Conflux network are able to avail a small portion of the 2.4 billion CFX tokens. Again, I'm not really sure how much that's worth in US dollar terms, but I do believe that that's something that you can participate if you are a Solidity developer who knows Ethereum based projects and who can build on top of the Conflux network, right? Again, you can access their information here by clicking learn more about grants tab on their website in order to see what you need to do if you are a Solidity developer, right? Ecosystem, explore our ecosystem of apps and tools that are currently active in the development of Conflux network. Again, you can explore their ecosystem by clicking this button here. And if you see, that's pretty much it. Again, I believe that this project has several other information that we haven't covered, which you can access on their website. And I would highly recommend you guys to do your own research before you put any money on this token, right? So let's go to the CoinGecko page for Conflux network. And again, this token does not have any ranking yet, despite it being listed on Binance, which is really surprising. But let's move on further. So basically, this token is currently trading at around $1.37 at the time of making this video, and it recently had a very tiny increase in price of 0.4% in the past 24 hours, which is practically nothing in my opinion, because Binance based listings can basically explode the price of tokens, and in this case it hasn't been the case, right? Its market cap information is not really available, which shows that this token is very early in its infancy stage, and we don't really have the CoinGecko supplying circulating supply as well as the max supply, even though weirdly they could probably grab that information from the Binance research page. And we know that the 5 billion token max supply is a pretty high number, although it's not really present on CoinGecko, right? Maybe you will be able to access this information for more information about this token much more clearer in CoinMarketCap, which basically provides all the updated information from Binance, because Binance literally owns CoinMarketCap. And if you see the chart, you can clearly see that although the token hasn't really done a lot after the Binance listing, especially immediately after the Binance listing, it had been going in the right direction for over a few months now. This token was quite old, at least when it comes to crypto terms, and we can have the price data since 10th of November 2020. At the time, it was trading at 8 cents per token, and then it was slowly moving sideways until about early February, which was when it started crossing the 8-cent mark and reaching about 37 cents before having a small correction, and then it went back up and then down and then up and then down, and then it's been going ballistic since March 21st. I believe it's probably because of the fact that there might have been some form of a speculation that Binance was probably planning to list it by the end of the month, and therefore people might have purchased this token, thereby leading to the spike. But immediately after the Binance listing, the token has started dumping, which is quite unusual. And since this token is pretty much not really well known, I believe that there could be high volatility, which you guys need to be very careful on. Again, the Bitcoin comparative is pretty much the exact same as the dollar comparative. You can clearly see that it was trading at 533 satoshis on November 10th, and it immediately peaked up to about 1500 satoshis per token before falling down sharply and then moving a bit sideways until February, the midweek of February, where it started going up again. Although it didn't really cross its all-time highs, it was about 1546 satoshis, and then went back down, and then it crossed its all-time highs of about I believe it's 2500, 2600 satoshis per token, and then now is kind of in the declining trend, right? So again, this token is very new. It has a chance to do 100x or 50x because of its very small market cap, and literally nobody is talking about it even after it's been listed on Binance. So if you are looking for a short-term quick gain, this token can potentially offer you this short-term gain, especially now that we have very high liquidity thanks to Binance's listing. You may be more comfortable trading it on Binance than in any other platform, and in the short term at least, you may probably see this token making some really good all-time highs that can make you some really good buck, right? But at the same time, please don't take this video as a financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. Please do your own research before you put any of the money on the token. So when it comes to exchanges, it seems like OKEX seems to have the highest liquidity and trust factor compared to even Binance. But I'm pretty sure that as this token starts being traded on Binance, you will probably see more adoption. And I also believe that this second ranked rating for Binance for this particular token is also because of the fact that Binance only currently accepts BEP20 version of this token, whereas I believe OKEX may also accept the native version of the CFX, which is much more easier, because when you, based on the Binance announcement, it seems like you have to use a bridge to convert your CFX to BEP20 tokens, and then you need to transfer that to your Binance Smart Chain wallet, from which you have to transfer it back to your Binance exchange. Again, that's kind of like an extra step which people may not be interested in, but OKEX seems to be more popular as of now. You can also buy it from MXC and Gate.io, although I wouldn't really recommend those two, because if it's available on Binance and OKEX, I don't think there's any other reason to buy it from anywhere else, right? Again, what's my final verdict on this? I do believe that this token may potentially make at least a 10x by the end of the next month, because it's very new and very early, and therefore it makes a very good short-term player. I'm not really convinced about its long-term potential. The reason being, there are already so many other blockchains that are like competing against each other. Let's say, for example, Ethereum being the market leader, now Binance Smart Chain is inching very close to becoming one of the most mainstream and the most default blockchain, at least till Ethereum 2.0 comes out rolling, right? When Polkadot and Kusama kind of like go live, then we will have way more adoption for Polkadot, even more than Binance Smart Chain itself, because Polkadot has some really cool projects that many people are dying to use. And when Cardano launches its smart contract platform, that's going to be huge in and of itself. So there are several blockchains. Again, some of the notable contenders are basically Avalanche. There's also Optimism, although it's currently delayed. I do believe that once Optimism starts rolling out, you will kind of see the Ethereum 1.0 scaling kind of like surpass several other blockchains. And since Ethereum already has the first mover advantage, it's going to be really hard to compete with Ethereum or any other tier 1 blockchains. Maybe Conflux Conflux network can probably compete with Phantom or Flow or some of these tier 2, tier 3 blockchains. But I don't think Conflux network is going to be one of the go-to blockchains that people would be using, although it does have this option for people to develop on it, because it's made of Solidity. It makes it easier for people who know Solidity to code on it. I don't think the adoption would be anytime significant, right? So again, my basic intention for this token is to invest it only for short term. I am going to buy a very small bag of this. I'm not really planning to invest more money in this token, because I do have other projects that I'm really keeping an eye out on. But if you guys feel like this project is going to do well, then by all means, please do your research and then you can invest in this token. But from my perspective, I don't really feel comfortable with the very high max supply of this token, and with the fact that this token is literally like starting off when there are several other blockchain giants that are competing against each other. This project may probably be left in the dark until something miraculous happens or something really innovative happens that will bring this project to the limelight, right? Until that happens, we can probably expect this token to be one of the many other tier 3 blockchains that will struggle to compete. But again, depending on what kind of innovative approaches these people take, you will probably not see or hear from this project for quite some time, right? Again, that's just my opinion. Remember guys, you guys are not regular investors, you guys are brutal investors, so stay brutal. Thank you very much for watching my video guys. If you like my video, please click the like button and subscribe for more videos. See you in my next video. Bye.